Elon Musk's Starlink satellites are turning deep space observations into a virtual nightmare. You can imagine. I mean, even people are spotting them passing by overhead. This is on Sputnik News. SpaceX currently operates over 100 internet satellites in low Earth orbit, and it plans to increase this number to 42,000 in 10 years. Scientists warn that the growing number of these small objects, which expose their telescopes to the light they reflect, threaten astronomy itself. How will they be able to see what's out there? And it's not only Starlink that's going to do this, SpaceX. It's also 2 or 3 other private companies who want to do the same thing. So you can imagine, it's going to be over 120,000 of these things above our heads. Astronomers are complaining that this new batch of Elon Musk's internet satellites is ruining their observations of the skies above, the universe, what's coming in at us, everything. Months after SpaceX boss Elon Musk promised to take steps to make them less reflective, Claire Martinez Vasquez, who is an astronomer with the Cerro Toloto Inter-American Observatory in Chile, said that 19 Starlink satellites flew in the field of view of their telescope, outfitted with dark energy camera, DE-CAM. And the person said the train of Starlink satellites lasted for over 5 minutes. This is what she wrote in an angry tweet. Rather depressing. That is not cool, she said. She says, wow, in her tweet, I'm in shock. The huge amount of Starlink satellites crossed our skies tonight. Our D-CAM exposure was heavily affected by 19 of them. The train of Starlink satellites lasted for over 5 minutes. Rather depressing. This is not cool. So now another postdoctorate fellow of the Northwestern University of Illinois, Cliff Johnson, in response, posted series of images crossed out with satellite trails purportedly left by Starlink satellites as well, and that's due to the surface of the satellites made of the highly reflective material, and such objects can escape the naked eye, but not the sensitive optics of the telescopes used in astronomy. And it's as if they're lighting up the sky, and they can't see anything after that. The intrusion came after Musk aerospace company SpaceX launched 60 Wi-Fi satellites last week. This was the second batch of Starlink. Its planned constellation is the small, high-speed internet satellites. After he deployed the first set of 60 in May, that constellation was initially meant to comprise nearly 12,000 satellites. Last month, SpaceX filed paperwork to deploy up to 30,000 satellites. According to the European Space Agency, 42,000 would be more than 8 times the current number of satellites orbiting Earth right now, and would increase the risk of collisions in orbit. Can you imagine? 8,000 now. Another 30, that's close to 42,000, more than 42, because of the fact that there's other companies that want to do the same thing. Now, despite the good intention of bringing cheap internet to every place on Earth, even the distant, Saharas and the deserts of Mongolia, the mega constellation project has already caused concerns with the scientific community, the astronomical community. After the first batch was carried into space, the International Astronomical Union issued a statement, and it said that such constellations, quote, can pose a significant or debilitating threat to important existing and future astronomical infrastructures, end quote. Now we know what they have very important work to do. They have to find what's coming in at us, let alone, they want to find out how the universe started. Okay, that's great. The thing is, it's here. The universe is here. And, celestial bodies are here. The thing is, a lot of them are moving and they're coming at us, and we have to be able to protect Earth from these things, because we have been impacted many times in the past, and even recently, very recently. So if they can't see this space out there because of these internet satellites, then that's bad news, obviously. I don't know who gave them permission to do this. The U.S. National Radio Astronomy Observatory and the Green Bank Observatory conveyed their concerns to SpaceX and Elon Musk in late May that he asked Starlink designers to make their satellites less reflective. Well, how is that possible? SpaceX reportedly pledged to paint the Earth-facing side black to make them less reflective, although the newly launched batch appears to be as shiny as the last batch. Quote, if there are lots and lots of bright moving objects in the sky, it tremendously complicates our job. This is what astronomer James Lowenthal told New York Times. And he said it potentially threatens the science of astronomy itself. Well, of course, we can understand that. Why didn't he paint them black as he promised? So that's a big question. Just get some black spray paint and spray them. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.